house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 6 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Callie Foster. Callie, thank you so much for the support. You're awesome and we really appreciate it. Alright, and if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. So, just like a quick one-sentence recap on what's been happening. Ryan has been overplaying like crazy and freaking people out. He's telling everybody to throw the power veto competition because his big plan, he's got like his two buds, Andrew and Hamza, up on the block. His big plan here is to have one of them win the power veto, save themselves, and then put up Olivia as the replacement nominee and get rid of her. Is that actually going to happen? I think there was potential where it could have happened, but he has played so hard in the last few days that he is freaking blowing it right now. So Johnny, Jesse, and Erica are going to be the 3 extra players in this power veto competition, and he's been drilling them like, you guys gotta throw it, it's not good for your game to win, why are you going to put a target on your back? So after comparing notes about their conversations with Ryan, these 3 are like not seeming very keen on throwing this competition. Something is fishy here. Okay, something's not right. So Jesse was talking to Derek in the kitchen. Now, Jesse and Derek are very close at this point. They're probably one of the tightest duos in the house, aside from, like, Derek and Kayla. Like, I'm not really sure who Derek would pick if it came down to Jesse or Kayla. That would be interesting, but they're very close right now. So Derek is fully aware that Ryan is being much more open with Jesse because he's keeping things from him and Kayla, and he knows this because Jesse is just like, bleh, this is what happened. So Jesse is like, yeah, the back door is Ryan's #1 plan right now, and Derek is like, whoa, he never told me that. So Jesse says he really trusts me, and I don't know why. He must not realize how close I am to you. I mean, yeah, he doesn't see that that's a really strong duo. Everything he says to Jesse is going to get back to Derek. And I think he does realize to an extent that that's happening. But I think at this point, Ryan is just talking so much that he cannot stop. You know? It's just like, blah, 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 blah. There's no closing that mouth now. So anyway, Will joins them. And they talk about how the newbies have to go next. Will's like, what do you think of these new people? So it's hard to say if they're going to be targeting Veronica or Marin first, because I think they're just annoyed by Veronica, kind of like as a person, which sounds awful, but she's always like, bleh! And I don't know if they can deal with that. And on the flip side, Marin, I think they see as a really strong competitor potentially, so maybe they will go for him first. I don't know. But they're all agreeing, like, yeah, we need to take out the newbies. Okay. Is that really what Will wants, though? Because I thought he was team shake things up, and he's going to want to work with the newbies. I think maybe he was just saying that to Derek and Jesse to kind of, like, take the temperature of the situation and see how they would react. But who knows? All right, so back to this week. Jesse says he is going to go for this power veto and keep the nominations the same, because he wants to make sure that nobody gets blindsided. He thinks that they would still have the numbers even if one of their people did go up as a replacement, but why risk it, you know? Why do that when they can just keep the noms the same, get rid of Andrew? Because Andrew is definitely the target over Hamza, it seems like. Alright, so then Will goes up to the HOH room with Ryan. Oh boy, we get to listen to more Ryan conversations. So they're talking about getting the votes for Olivia to go. And Ryan seems really confident that he will have votes from Will, Maddie, Paris, whoever comes off the block, and the 2 newbies if they can vote. And that's a big if, because nobody knows at this point. And if he doesn't have those newbie votes, I don't think he's going to have votes to pull this off. So Ryan is like, whatever, if we can't get the votes, we'll just get rid of Andrew or Hamza, and we'll just push this plan back a week. This is really sloppy. Does anybody else feel like this gameplay is incredibly sloppy? You can't, like, throw this plan out to basically the whole house and then not, you know, suffer the repercussions from it, because this is all going to get out next week. It's all going to get out. And if he does not get out Olivia, he's going to be in really, really big trouble. So Will has some information for Ryan. He reports that Derek and Jesse were saying the plan is still the same. They want to take out the newbies next week, and he feels like Olivia is on their side of the house. So are they going to want to take her out? Probably not. Also, he lets Ryan know that Jesse was saying, I'm going to go for the veto. And Ryan says, that's not what he told me. Yeah, but Ryan says he did say if I want him to use the veto, then he'll use it. He may have said that, but I don't see that happening. I think if Jesse wins it, he's going to keep the nominations the same. Jesse does not strike me as the type that will make a huge move like that, a huge line in the sand drawing move in week 2. It's not going to happen. So anyway, it was time for Ryan to talk to Jesse again because he's hearing these things that Jesse might be going against what he wants, so he's got to make sure it's all good. So they're up in the HOH room, and Jesse's like, you know, I don't think people want for there to even be a replacement nominee this week. I think we're better off just leaving nominations the same. And Ryan's like, yeah, but some people have made a case to me that there's another move to be made this week. Okay, who made this case other than Andrew and Hamza? I mean, maybe you could say Maddie, maybe, because she was, I think, the first one other than Andrew and Hamza to be like, well, maybe we could, like, take out somebody like Olivia this week. Who knows? But I feel like everybody else that he's thinking of, Ryan, like, fed this to them. You know, he, like, led them to saying we could do something else. I don't think they came to him and were like, let's get rid of somebody else. No. Everybody wants to get rid of either Andrew or Hamza, pretty much. So, anyway, Ryan is telling Jesse Andrew and Hamza are still going to be targets if they stay. That's great for us. It buys us another week. And Jesse's like, yeah, I don't know. I think the plan could be cool, depending on who the replacement nominee would be. But Ryan is not saying exactly who it would be. Which is weird, because didn't he already drop Olivia's name to Jesse the other day? So why is he not saying it now? That doesn't make sense to me, and that's super sketchy. But he's telling Jesse it's going to be a girl, not Kayla, because I'm sure he realizes this is going to get back to Derek, and Derek would freak out if he found out that Kayla was a potential replacement. I mean, she's not, but he doesn't want any doubt there. So Ryan is telling Jesse, I'm just going to do what the house wants to do. No. What Ryan actually means is I'm going to try really hard to get the house to want to do what I want to do, and then I'm going to say that I'm following the will of the house. That's what's really happening there. But Jesse's like, yeah, I think the majority wants Andrew to go. And Ryan's like, yeah, well, what if one of them wins the power of veto? Then what? So then Ryan starts using Game of Thrones analogies, and I'm just like, oh my god, please don't freaking ruin this for me, because I am on book 4 right now, and I swear, if this guy spoils Game of Thrones for me, alright, so anyway, it was time for another info dump between Jesse and Derek. They are very suspicious of Allie at this point, because during some conversation, I don't know which one it was, because there have been many between Ryan and Jesse. Ryan told Jesse that Allie was talking about breaking up Kayla and Derek in like week 5 or week 6. Because I guess, you know, he was asking everybody, who would you target in 4 weeks? Because they have their whole house agenda. You know, Andrew, newbies, Hamza, and then what? So her answer was to maybe break up the showmance. And they feel like, yeah, Allie may have actually said that because she's acting kind of weird now. And they're a little bit like, what? She's going to break us up so soon? So they don't like that. So then Derek is like, all right, for this week, is Ryan still planning on putting up Olivia if the veto is used? And Jesse's like, yeah, he wouldn't tell me a name, but it seems like he would want me to use the veto, and then he would put up either Olivia or Maddie, because he mentioned that a lot of people were throwing Maddie's name out there as well. So Jesse's like, look, it's fine. We should be good as long as Andrew doesn't win the power veto, because even if Hamza wins and somebody else goes up, everybody's still going to want Andrew out. So they don't have to worry about that. It would become a little bit more tricky if Andrew won the power veto and one of them was up against Hamza, then they could be in trouble. So Jesse's like, we just have to make sure that Andrew doesn't win. Now, at the same time, Jesse doesn't really want to win because he would be in a tough spot. He knows that Ryan would be expecting him to use it, and he doesn't want to do that. So he's like, I don't know what to do. So this conversation was broken up by a few of the girls, so they relocate to one of the bedrooms, and they're like, all right, best case scenario, Johnny or Erica win the veto and do the dirty work of not using it. You know, then we don't have to worry about Ryan being like, what the hell? And they'll still get what they want. So then Derek brings up, speaking of Johnny and Erica, that he and Kayla were talking about pulling in Johnny and Erica and working with them. And Jesse's like, oh, for real though? He wants in on that. He's like, let's make a 5. That sounds great. Then they're like, okay, who are we going to go after? Their targets would be Ryan for being super sketchy and such a huge super fan and like knowing so much about the game. And then Allie is emerging as one of their new targets because they heard that she was targeting the showmance. So they're like, no, she's got to go. All right. And then Derek was saying that they're probably going to have to get rid of Paris pretty early on. What happened to the real deal? It's a really shitty alliance name because it doesn't seem like anybody is keeping with it. Ugh. All right. So then Kayla and Paris come in and break up the conversation, and Jesse whisks Paris away so that Kayla and Derek can talk about everything that's been going on. So Derek relays all of Jesse's intel to Kayla, and I don't want to like go through everything again, so I'll just give you the bullet points. He's like, yeah, Ryan seems to be brewing his backdoor plan to take out either Olivia or Maddie, and Ryan also told Jesse that Allie wants to break up the showmance week 5 or 6, and Kayla was like, that makes sense, because Allie's being really weird now, and Jesse is down to make a final 5 with us, meaning Derek and Kayla, Johnny and Erica. And the targets would be Ryan and Allie, like I was just saying. So Kayla's like, yeah, that's awesome, I'm in. Let's do it. All right, so a little while later, Kayla approaches Erica in the bathroom area. And Kayla's like, you know how the other day you were saying that nobody's really approached you about working together? Do you want to change that? And Erica says, potentially. So then Kayla continues, I know you're pretty tight with Jesse and you're cool with Derek, so let's do something? And Erica's like, yeah, let's do it. And, you know, there's a lot of talk about vibing, really good vibes, great vibes. Erica goes on, you know, goes off of vibes a lot. And she likes it. So it looks like that alliance will be forming. They agree that they're going to need to be ready for when the house agenda is done. Like I said, they're going for Andrew, the 2 newbies, and then Hamza. And then what? You know, they want to make sure they have numbers figured out before it gets to that point. And Erica's also like, yeah, or if things get crazy and that plan falls through, which I really hope is going to happen. I don't see how it wouldn't. I don't think they're all actually going to follow through on the whole house agenda thing because, number 1, that'd be super boring to watch. But number 2, what if any of those people win HOH? I mean, come on. Okay, so Erica is definitely in. I don't think they talked about it with Johnny yet. If they did, I definitely missed it, but I guess Johnny and Erica are pretty much together at this point, so it's going to happen. But anyway, the feeds finally went down for the Power Veto competition at 10:18 p.m. last night. The players, we've got Ryan, Andrew, Hamza, and then the 3 extras, Johnny, Erica, and Jesse. Allie was the host, and according to Hamster Watch, who I definitely trust, it's the movie tie-in competition with the Tomb Raider movie that's coming out, and there may be some extra incentives to win here, so you really don't want to throw this. There was some talk of maybe like $5,000 for the winner and a screening of the movie. I wish I could tell you guys who won, but the feeds have been down all night and all day, okay? It's like 4-something o'clock here right now. The feeds are still down. I've never seen them stay down for that long, even for Big Brother Canada. So who knows what the hell is going on. If you guys want to check back later, if the feeds are back, maybe I'll have the Power Veto winner in the info for this spoiler. But hopefully I'll definitely have it for you guys tomorrow. who knows what's going on. This is like classic Big Brother Canada. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until next time, much love.